Morning, everybody. Just getting ready to start making some coffee. Kirk is eating. We slept in a lot. I think we went to bed at like 7 or 8, and we woke up at like 8:20, 8:30. It stays, we're kind of in a valley, so it stays really dark here. And yeah, we slept really good. But we have a lot to do today, so we're gonna get some breakfast. Gonna have some oatmeal and coffee, and kick out the solar panels to see what we can get today, and then start hiking down to get some service so we could start searching for parts. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm not really a coffee connoisseur. I just like coffee. But I picked this little thing up on Amazon. So you kind of pour the water in here, and it's a little pour over system. It pours in there, and it's plastic, so it's super light, easy to wash. Put a little coffee filter in there so it's easier to clean. And yeah, it works okay. It was like 10 or 12 bucks. So yeah, if you guys need a simple solution. I've got a French press in there too, but honestly it's so hard to clean. I think I've pretty much just resorted to using this. But yeah, got the oatmeal going. About to have some coffee here in a sec, and we'll just kind of enjoy a little bit of the morning before getting to work. All right, we are on our morning trek to go get a bit of service, and man, it's just gorgeous out today. Need a little bit of service to catch anybody up to search for parts right when we got to our camping spot. And I mean, right when I was about to shut off the truck because we were done, there was just a awful squealing noise. So I shut it off real quick, popped the hood, didn't see anything obvious, started it real quick, ran to the front of the hood, and I could see that the vacuum pump wasn't spinning at all. It was just stuck, frozen. So that squealing noise was the serpentine belt rubbing against it. So shut it off, kind of got camp ready since we were basically stuck. Started it up again to see if it had overheated, to see what was happening, and it started spinning, but there were metal shavings, and you could basically see that the vacuum pump, the internals have completely frozen, but the actual idler broke loose. I don't know what these actual parts are called, but the idler part that spins broke loose from the section of metal that connects to the vacuum pump. So it's basically just spinning free, but it's not spinning on the vacuum pump. Now, if it was an absolute emergency, we could probably get by, but the problem is that vacuum pump is what helps you with your brakes. So, kind of important, especially when you're under load and you've got a big old camper in the back. So we have emergency brakes and stuff, so we could get by in a pinch. But what I'm gonna go do now is we're gonna go get some service, see if we could find some parts. I've got my dad looking for parts for us too, just because we may not get good enough reception out here. And if he's able to find something, we might just stay here a week, and he can come up and hang out with us over the weekend and bring that part to us. I've got tools and everything in the truck, so we should be good. I've got other family too that might be able to make a run to us that lives here in Colorado. So, we've got a little slice of heaven. The problem is we're kind of stuck there. So, I don't know if this is the universe telling us we needed it or what, but anyway, if absolute worst came to worst, I would just pray that idler stays on, and we would take it very slow up to Durango, which isn't too far, over to an O'Reilly's. Pray that they have the part, and if not, then I guess we're camping in an O'Reilly's parking lot. So anyway, these are just the things you put up with adventures. So you make the best of them and you have fun. Okay, so update. Did our little hike down. Kirk got to play around in the water a bit. And closest part in my vicinity is El Paso, Texas. So, it's funny because before I set off on this adventure with the truck and got everything squared away, I almost did the Hydro Boost conversion that Complete Performance offers. Complete Performance? Want to sponsor something? Huh? Hey. But anyway, so we got the part coming in from El Paso. I've got a family member, my dad, who when it comes in, he's gonna pick it up and bring it on to us, probably closer to the weekend. So we're gonna have a good week and a half stay here, which is good. It is a 14-day limit, so we will stay under that limit and be respectful. So yeah, everything's good. We're gonna enjoy the rest of the day. We're gonna head back and make sure my solar is getting enough charge, and I'll walk you guys through what I do with that. And yeah, just hang out. Yeah. We got some neighbors. I'm not gonna shoot any footage of them to protect their privacy, but might give them a hand. They've got one of those diesel heaters that's giving them a little trouble. And I don't have one in my camper now. I do own one, and I have been wanting to install it, but I haven't gotten around to it because I mostly use it for tent camping and stuff. But it seems like they're likely having an undervoltage problem, which is pretty common. The other issue that I've seen with that is when they're new or when they've been sitting for a while, you'll get a lot of air in the lines, and you know, you'll have to run it several times just for that little pulse pump to be able to get all the bubbles out of the line. So we'll give them a hand checking out those two issues, and make some friends and hang out and maybe have a beer in the evening and just enjoy. Good morning, world. Just enjoying a little bit of coffee. Had a good night, hung out with some friends that we made next door. Got the solar power deployed at the moment. Sitting in my rocking chair. Not too bad, not too bad. It got cold last night, very, very cold. I had the heater in this thing cranked, and it does a good job, but I even had to pull out my electric blanket. It was so freaking cold. It was nice though, I slept very good because of that. What you think of this spot, Kirk? What you think of this spot, buddy? I guess that's I like it. Do you like it? Do you like this spot? Do you like this spot? Yeah? I do too. Pretty sweet. Well, on our morning walk to get a little service to check on the status of the vacuum pump that we had to order. It's a much colder morning, so we had to put on a bit of a thicker jacket. It feels nice though. Not a cold that's like burning, but it's a brisk cold, which feels wonderful. Last night it got absolutely freezing too. Not only did I have the heater cranked, but I had to have an electric blanket too. That camper does a decent job of insulation, but it's definitely not the best insulation in the world. Mostly towards the bunk, towards the front of the camper. So I think I might need to make it a project at some point to put some foam in there, spray foam, or maybe even some R31 or something in there. Just stuff it in there for just a little extra. But yeah, we had a good night. Got to bed a little later than usual. What's the matter? What's the matter? Do you have something to say? Oh, we have an itch. That's okay, you can itch. I get it. Itches suck. All right, you good? Okay, I guess we're good. Anyway. And no, it's not fleas. He takes a medication that's a heartworm prevention, tick, and flea. So he's actually due to take that tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Usually have to wrestle that medicine in some bacon or ham or something, so he'll take it. Little booger's gotten smart. He'll start dissecting the treats to figure out what's in it before he eats it. So I gotta get smarter and smarter every time. The goof. Anyway, well, beautiful morning. It's still winter here, which is kind of weird. Not a lot of green. At first when I was driving through here, I thought maybe there was a fire at some point, but nothing's just growing yet. Oh, even some snow. Oh, it snowed a little last night. There was a little flurry. It was the coolest thing. But it was kind of a bit of a harder snow. It didn't really stick to anything. It just bounced everywhere. Not quite hail, but kind of somewhere in between, which was interesting. Made for a good night. Whew. It got cold. Had to run outside really quick because I left poor Kirk's food bowl outside, and it's like snow hailing. It's a hard snow, but a soft hail. I don't know how to describe it. You can even kind of see them. I don't know if you could see it on camera, but they're almost kind of bouncing. I probably should have dragged those solar panels in so that the cases don't get too wet. But at this point, I mean, they're already pretty soaked, and there's like hail stuck to them. So I think I'm just gonna figure out how to do a little bit of editing, and just got done doing some dishes, so we're just gonna kind of chill inside, stay dry, stay warm. It's about 62 degrees inside, I think. Yeah, about 62 inside. Outside it feels like it's 40, 30, somewhere in there, maybe low 40s. So yeah. Well, it's not really snow. It's more like a soft hail. Kind of just covering everything up. Let's see if we can see it from up here a little better. Oh. Oh. I kind of see. I mean, maybe it is kind of like a hail. I don't know. All I know is it's cold. It's freaking cold. What do you think, Kirk? Is it cold? I think it's pretty cold. What do you think? You think it's cold? Well. And cut. So it froze last night, but take a look at like the weird pattern it left all over the hood. Kind of interesting. They're like swirl marks almost. Kind of pretty. Maybe this is just outlining my really bad wax job. Well, that would be embarrassing. But have everything out. Starting to melt. The ground this morning was all frozen, so now it's just all mush. Getting these things out sucked. I left them out outside and they were just completely frozen, so that was fun. Anyway, we're just about ready. We're gonna get started on our morning service walk and enjoy the day. All right, our morning service walk. Although it was pretty wet and dreary yesterday, and everything got dirty and frozen over this morning, and we are just being rewarded this morning. There isn't a cloud in the sky. It smells amazing here. I swear to God, this is what heaven is like. It's just awesome. Nice reward for putting up with last night. But honestly, it wasn't even that bad. We were stuck inside for half the day, but we kind of had an early dinner, watched some movies, and just kind of, I'm pretty lazy. That's another thing we're gonna have to try to check once we get service, is to see what the weather's gonna be like, because I really don't want to be changing parts in the freezing rain or the snow. All right, I don't think I've actually shown y'all yet, but this is our little service area. So I usually let the dog go play in the water and try my best to, the internet loads very slow, so I'll do my best to check the status of my part, and then we'll head back. Not too shabby. It's interesting that we get service here. We're still kind of in a valley, so it must funnel in through that front section there. Okay, so part update. Should be arriving today or tomorrow. And the folks have been generous enough to come hang out for the weekend, and also they're gonna bring up that part so we can do a quick replacement in the field. Now, it is a little embarrassing to need help this early on, but we did have some options, so we totally could have maybe gotten the vehicle into town, but it is taking a pretty decent risk. Let your imagination wander. If the serpentine belt flies off, what happens? Not great, right? So we could have called in like a favor app, maybe gotten a ride into town. We had quite a few options. If we were really stuck and in trouble, we could get by, but we're not too far away from where my folks live, so why not invite them out, have a beer, have them hang out, and get a part at the same time. So I'm very fortunate. Just got done doing a little laundry. Not every time you're afforded a creek like this, so when in Rome, we got a little bored at camp and decided to go for a hike. There's a little trail up here, but oh my God, the incline is insane. I'm also pretty out of shape at the moment, but I think the dog's more or less having to pull me up this dang thing. Video does not do it justice how steep this damn thing is. Whew. Doesn't look like it's used all that much. There's quite some fallen debris in their way there, so I would expect if a Jeep or something came through here, they'd want to clear that. But whew. Oh Lord, this is steep. Need to find an app that will show you the degrees of steepness when you're hiking these things, just so y'all could have some kind of idea, because it is not translating very well. This looks easy on the screen. It ain't. Especially when my fat ass is trying to go up it. Whew. Definitely a gorgeous view. It was worth the huffing and puffing to get up here. We may go a little more, we'll see. And for those of you wondering, I don't go hiking without this little thing. I've got bear spray on the bottom. I'm not exactly worried about the bears in Colorado. They're pretty small and timid, but in New Mexico, we got mountain lions. So I just make it a habit. I take this every time. Oh, I know you want to go. 1 second. I need a breath. So in here, I've got Band-Aids. I've got a flashlight. I've got the H2O Go water fill. It basically makes salt from bleach. I'll do a review on this eventually, so that I could sanitize water. Then I got a collapsible little pouch to fill water, and a few other little survival things in here. Nothing to start a fire, nothing like that. We're not going that dang far. If I'm gonna do that severe, I usually end up taking my camel pack. That has fire starters, that has all the things. So this is just my quick go-to. It's easy to put on, easy to access stuff. I can also put the dog poop bags in here, little treats, things like that while we're doing training. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. Also, don't be quiet on the trails, guys. Like, I like to wear my keys right here because as I'm walking, it flaps, and you know, my dog thinks he's a bird, so he squeaks the whole time, and you know, we talk and sing and whistle and whatever. Just don't be quiet on the trail, guys. That's when you get into trouble, okay? So anyway, there's another little incline that way. We might go up that just a bit and then start heading back. We gotta figure out dinner. It's about 2:48 now, so I gotta get back and fix a few things on the camper. We had some screws come loose and just little maintenance things that I'd like to get done before the sun goes down. But man, the sun is just out. We probably have another about 3 hours of sunlight here before the sun dips behind this mountain and then the valley goes dark. So we're gonna enjoy it. Well, just got done taking a shower outside. It felt pretty nice. It was very cold, but the shower outside also has hot water. I have a tankless water heater on this thing, so it's actually really nice. So I had a little hot water, but kind of kept it on the cold side. And the sun's been out, so it's a nice temperature out. I think it's about 60 is what it's saying. It's about 56 inside the camper, but it feels a little warmer out here, so figuring somewhere between 55 and 60 degrees. So it feels pretty good. Kind of a weird thing. I don't know if there's any merit to it, but I read one time online that there's something called grounding, where when you're barefoot outside, as much as possible, I don't know, maybe it makes sense. Our bodies create power, you know, and we do have, you know, maybe grounding does help. I don't know. I just like to be barefoot in the dirt sometimes. Maybe I'm a hippie. But it makes you feel good. I think so anyway. Brightens the spirits. Nice and fresh. Got some snow still on the peaks. Got the pupper. Keeping my toes warm. So, yeah. Gotta figure out what to do for dinner. Not really sure yet. But this whole experience has been really nice, though, despite the trouble with the truck. Being able to disconnect, I think, is really important. Obviously, I'm recording this, so I'm not completely disconnected, but it has been really nice. I will say you kind of get to this point where you're disconnected and you've been in nature for, 2-3 days, and then the days kind of start slowing down a little bit, and that is nice. Worked a little bit in tech before this, so it's just go, and being in an environment where time really slows down just feels wonderful. You feel like you have the day back. So, yeah, mental health. Everything's so wet, but we got some wood we were able to scavenge dry, and gonna make some marshmallows. And yeah, don't want too big of a fire. I just want to make a few marshmallows and call it a night. I can't be the only one that thinks moss is cool. I know it's a weird thing to say, but the colors are cool. It's still pretty early in the season for it to start turning really rich green, but I don't know. I think moss is pretty neat. I think it always provides a really pretty just different juxtapose. It's a juxtaposition against the rocks, and it looks really cool. We're gonna make a little snow melt coffee because it's freaking cold, and I don't condone drinking this water straight. I mean, if you have to and you're in an emergency situation, you do what you got to do. But even crystal clear water like this will still contain bacteria. You don't know what animals are dead upstream, what bacteria flows have started through here. So we're gonna boil the snot out of this, which I suggest anybody should do. And really you should filter it too, but I'm just gonna boil it this time. That should be about good. grown to really start liking this little thing. It's pretty neat. I just cleaned it out. Got my little Yeti cup. Just throw that right on top. And then you get these little cone filters, and they're super cheap. I think I bought this for like 12 bucks, and it comes with, I don't even know how many, 100. So makes it really easy to clean up. They're supposed to be biodegradable, but you know how that goes. A little brown. See how it makes like a cone? So just shove that in there. Kind of looks like that. We'll take our coffee. Dunkin's fine. I think I bought this more because of the shape of the container, because it fits in the shelf really nice. I'm gonna grab a spoon. So for my Yeti cup size, I like to do 2. Sometimes I do 3. I'm doing kind of a lighter one since it's like middle of the day and I'm really only having coffee because it's a little on the cold side today. Having a little bit of a harder time keeping up with my body temperature. I think yesterday's hike kind of did us in a little bit, so we just woke up from a nap. So then you put this little container on top, and it comes with a little lid, and there's holes on the bottom, so you just boop, put it on top like that. I'm gonna fill it up to the 10 mark, and then it does its thing. So we're currently boiling the snot out of this river water to get rid of any bacteria or anything like that, and we'll see how she tastes. All right, got the water properly boiled, so we're going to fill this up directly at that 10 mark that you see right there. Kind of have to go fast because it's draining as you do it, so you don't want to do too much. And put the lid on. And you can kind of see that it just kind of pours its way in there. I mean, you could pour directly into that thing too, but it is nice just being able to pour in this and just kind of forget about it. Whew. Hard to do that on camera. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna let it do its thing. It's pretty good. Wonder if that's why all the Colorado beer tastes really good. Coors might have something. Colorado water, pretty good. Well, this really is the life, guys. Got a good cup of coffee, got a creek, bunch of trees in the mountains. Got your old reliable dog at your feet. This is pretty sweet, pretty good setup. This coffee ain't too bad either. There's definitely some dirt in it, so that's why you should filter it, but I think we're gonna be okay with the dirt. So it's kind of hard to tell what the weather's gonna do because these clouds are like going absolutely nowhere. They've just been so stagnant. So this is the most amount of sun that we've had for the most of the day. That's why we ended up taking a nap. It was pretty dark and the wind kicked in and it was cold, so it was just perfect conditions for a little snore. But man, you cannot tell where those guys are moving. They're just like stuck. So it looks like there's some darker clouds that way, so I don't know if we're gonna get any rain tonight, but we'll see what happens. coffee cup won't fit your armchair, no problem. If you got a Sawzall, you can go find a downed tree, one that's been fallen over already, and you can make yourself a coffee side table. How about that?